while, but I'm finally back. Back to talk about my favorite game series of all time. Have you ever wondered about all the unanswered questions in Breath of the Wild? Because I sure have. But before we get into that, if you guys could like and subscribe, it would be appreciated. We're on the grind for 300 subscribers, and that would be such an amazing milestone to hit. So, Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild had a lot of unanswered questions, and after you defeat Calamity Ganon, Hyrule seems to be saved, but in Breath of the Wild 2's first trailer, you see Ganon clearly sealed under Hyrule Castle, which makes me wonder, why is Ganondorf being revived? Why now? We know that 10,000 years ago there was a similar great calamity back then, and to counter it, the Divine Beasts were created, which leads me to believe that Ganondorf was born and sealed long before the calamity 10,000 years ago. Impa also stated that the Great Calamity had been turned back multiple times in the past. Like I said before, why now? And why didn't the ancient heroes and princess deal with Ganondorf's body before now? So that's a lot of questions, I know, but these are some things that I hope to get answered in Breath of the Wild 2. What led Link and Zelda to find these ancient mummified remains of Ganondorf in the first place? If anyone would have known about Ganon's body, it would have been the king, or someone that was alive 100 years ago, or perhaps it could have been Impa that told Link and Zelda. But after all these cycles that have happened throughout Hyrule's history, what changed? What changed now that would make Link and Zelda investigate? That's my biggest question. That's what needs to be resolved. But now, other questions. Who were the Zonai? Scattered throughout the land of Hyrule, there are ruins from Hyrule's ancient past, ruins from the Zonai. While we don't know much about the Zonai, we do know that they originated in the Faron region of Hyrule, and that they were a warlike tribe. In Breath of the Wild sequel trailer, we can clearly see more Zonai ruins underneath Hyrule, and we even see more ruins above in the floating islands. Now this is just my own opinion, but I think that the ruins above Hyrule and the Zonai ruins below are two completely groups of people. Now I don't have much proof of that, but it's just a hunch. I also think that based on the scene from Breath of the Wild 2's first reveal trailer, these petroglyphs probably reveal Ganondorf's true history. Before he was in this state, he was probably the ruler of the Zonai and led them into war with either Hyrule or an unknown enemy, which would be so cool if we got some backstory. I hope in this game we get a lot of backstory with Ganon since he's making his appearance. But another one of the coolest elements in Breath of the Wild are these Leviathan bones and these giant skulls that are found throughout Hyrule. These bones help to bring the world to life while also calling back to previous Zelda games, in that these Leviathan bones are the bones of Oshus, Levias, and the Windfish from Phantom Hourglass, Skyward Sword, and Link's Awakening, respectively. Not only them, but there are also many other giant creatures like this giant serpent in the Gerudo Desert, and this giant skull in the bottomless swamp. These skulls are probably from Hyrule's far ancient past, long before the emergence of Calamity Ganon, or perhaps even longer, but I really want an explanation for these. These bones are so cool, and some of them are like very unique, which is why I want an explanation so bad. But for all of you that played Age of Calamity, you know that the new champions make their appearance in this game. They've all come from the future to save the champions of the past. How did they even get there in the first place, and what significance will these events that happened in Age of Calamity play in Breath of the Wild 2? I really don't know. But I just thought that this may be a side quest or part of the main objective in Breath of the Wild 2. Helping the champions get to the past, and then eventually bringing them back to, I guess, the timeline in Breath of the Wild sequel to help you, I don't know, maybe defeat Ganon in this present timeline. But will the champions that were saved from that timeline in Age of Calamity come to Breath of the Wild 2's timeline in this game? I got so confused even just saying that. Like, time travel is so overused in Zelda games and in media in general, which, I don't know, I think they just need to stop, because I mean, Age of Calamity basically added a whole nother timeline to the already pretty big Zelda timeline. But I want to know what you guys think. Which one of these theories, or what do you want explained the most in Breath of the Wild sequel? Me personally, I want to know Ganon's history. Why is he here? I mean, I thought Calamity Ganon was basically it, but of course not. But I'm happy that we're getting more story. I love it. I think this game is going to be so much better because sequels always have usually much more story to them, which is something that I love. But another thing, I'm also sorry that I've been gone for like almost a month. It'll be like a month by the time I post this video, but I just wanted to get more video ideas out, and I want to try and go harder with this. But everybody leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. I've been Broshow, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.